Okay. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay. Oh god, that was a terrible light. Is this how they do it? Is this how they do it? Is this how they do it? Alright, this is a terrible angle. How do I get my head in it? This way. Wait. Oh, it's all okay. No. Okay, this is because. Okay, no. Let's just. Okay. Ah! Okay. There's gotta be an easier way of doing this. Hey guys, I wanted to do a wrap up, like a wrap up of like all the books that I read this fall, which I am pretty surprised is a good amount. I was like trying to get the books together and I was like, oh man, I didn't read as much as I wanted to. And then I got them together and I was like, actually I did really well, so pretty excited. Sorry, it's so loud. We're in Florida. It's hot, so we gotta leave the windows open. And there's a lot of sounds. It's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna start with, it's like a fall wrap up, so I'm gonna start in August, because I didn't really read a lot at the beginning, like in August and September. October was the month though. October was the month. Back in August, I started my fall reading with Red, White, and Royal Blue. If you haven't read this, it's I believe it's Casey McQuiston. Casey McQuiston's, it's her debut novel. But yeah, if you haven't read this, it follows two boys, mainly Alex, who is like he's the president's son. His mother's the president, and it follows him and his like kind of rival Henry, who is I guess, well, he's a royal, and it kind of follows like their romance, but also like their friendships and their families. It's a really, really great book. And yeah, it's amazing. It was one of my favorite books that I read this year. I gave it a 5 stars, like 5 out of 5. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, this was the first book. Great beginning to the fall season. It was amazing to read. I loved this book so much. Oh my god. And then I got into Nevernight. You guys, this series is insane. Oh my god. Jay Kristoff is a madman, and I need to read everything he's ever written. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Yeah, this is honestly turned into one of my favorite series that I've ever read in my entire life. It follows Mia Corvere. She's an assassin, and you know, who doesn't love a solid, like, assassin story? But it's like so much more than that. It's so dark, and it's hilarious, and the smut is quality. My neighbors are so fucking loud. Yeah, smut's quality. It's amazing. But yeah, it's an incredible series. Oh my god, the last book is so satisfying. Like, absolutely delicious. It was amazing. I gave definitely Dark Dawn and God's Grave, I believe I gave 5 stars. No, yeah, I gave all these 5 stars. It was amazing. I mean, Nevernight is such a great introduction, and God's Grave is straight up one of the best sequels, like, to any series that I've ever read. It's so good I barely tabbed it because I just ate it so quickly. Yeah, Nevernight, amazing. 5 out of 5 stars. Changed my life. Mia Corvere's love my life. Okay, moving on. The next book that I read after Nevernight, I needed something to like hold me after I finished Dark Dawn. I think this is what I read after Dark Dawn. Can't remember. But I know I did read The Last Magician. It was so good, y'all. The Last Magician is by Lisa Maxwell. Lots of time traveling. Really interesting characters, like great world, great magic system. Cannot wait for the sequel. Super quick read too, like you absolutely ate this up. I believe I gave this a 4 star. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's a modern day New York magic, is all but extinct, but the remaining few who have an affinity for magic, the mages, live in the shadows, hiding who they are. Any mages who enters Manhattan becomes trapped by the brink, a dark energy barrier that confines them to the island. Crossing it means losing their power and often their lives. It follows Esta, who is a great main character. Absolutely loved her. Yeah, Last Magician, quality. It's so good. Next up, A Discovery of Witches. Oh my god, y'all. This first book was so delicious. Oh my God. Yeah, the first book, I believe I gave a 4-star. First book was a 4-star read. Absolutely great. Shadow of Night, it was a little bit of a rough read. I'm not gonna lie, the second one. But the series itself is great. I do love the magic system. I love the characters so much. They're so dear to my heart. If you've never read it, it's about Diana Bishop, who is a witch, and she's also a professor. She's an alchemist and a professor. She spends her life, she's trying to, you know, deny all magic and deny her powers until she stumbles across a book within her research called Ashmal 786? What's it called? 782. Ashmal 782, which is like kind of like the book of life. And of course, there's a vampire in it, you know. Who doesn't love a good trashy vampire smutty story? No, but it's really good. Matthew de Clermont is a great opposite for Diana. Again, I love these stories. I love her. I love her aunts. Like, I just love the character development too. Yeah. Discovery of Witches. That was a pretty good read. It was in October too. It was pretty nice. Pretty nice. It was delicious. By Deborah Harkness. Right? I said that. I'll get better at this. The next book I read in October was Citrus County. Y'all, this book is by John Brandon. It's really good. It's based in a town in Florida, so love my little swampy, creepy ass fucking books. It follows Toby and Shelby, these two, I think they're high school kids, who are just like grasping at straws in this tiny little town in Florida. And it's written in dual perspective. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, the prose in it is really dark and beautiful, and John Brandon is just like so talented. I mean, these characters haunt you, like, because you obviously relate to them a lot, or at least I did. I related to these characters a lot, and they really do haunt you. I mean, Shelby's just trying to do her best. She loves her little sister, and Toby is just trigger warning. I mean, he's in an abusive household. He lives with his uncle, and he's just trying to find, I feel like, just validation of being alive. You know what I mean? It's really, really good. I mean, it's a really short read, but I suggest this read for sure a lot. It's really good. It's a great creepy read too. Oh my God. Oh, talk about creepy. The sliding. Okay. After Citrus County, I read Serpent and Dove. You guys, this book is so good. Yeah, I absolutely love this book. It follows a witch and a witch hunter, and in this universe, witches are hunted, like, straight up. And they, you know, if you're found that you're a witch, you're immediately brought to be like researched and tortured and by the church, and executed. So it actually is written about a witch and a witch hunter, and how, like, under strange circumstances they find themselves married to one another. I absolutely loved this book, you guys. It's by Shelby Mahurin. Oh my God, I did this last time. It's by Shelby Mahurin, and it's absolutely amazing. I mean, the world is incredible. I believe I gave this one a 4 out of 5 star. I mean, absolutely amazing. The my biggest complaint, like, going back to it, would be like, I just wanted more. Like, I wanted more from the world, which is a great complaint, right? There is going to be a sequel. I'm very, very excited about it. Yeah, super amazing. This was a great read. Probably one of my favorite reads of this year, I'm not gonna lie. Serpent and Dove, so good. After Serpent and Dove, I read Sorcery and Thorns. This book was going around Bookstagram and BookTube so often. Obviously, I mean, it's by Margaret Rogerson, and I mean, obviously, this cover is just so stunning. I mean, they did that. I forget the name of this illustrator. I will find their name and put it at the bottom because I totally forgot her name. But she does so many of these covers, and I mean, just absolutely stunning. Absolutely amazing. I loved this book. The only thing I knew about this book, picking it up, was that it's about a girl who she was raised in a library, and she has to protect these books as a librarian of sorts, with a sword. And these are not only just books, they're like grimoires, they're, you know, alive. And it's about her and a sorcerer that comes to the library to like have a meeting of some sort with her, like her boss, and they meet under strange circumstances, and it's kind of like, you know, it's a meet cute, you know, it's a romance, but it's also this absolutely stunning story about a girl who really loves books. And who doesn't love those? Yeah, Sorcery of Thorns, I believe this was a four star read as well. Had a really good, oh Jesus Christ, I had a pretty good month when it comes to books. I mean, honestly, I don't think I had anything under a 3-star book all fall. So, killing it, you guys. Killing it. Woo! All right. After Sorcery of Thorns, or around that time, I read Wilder Girls. Y'all, this book, I mean, Wilder Girls is by Rory Power. This is a debut novel as well, which is insane, isn't it? Because it was amazing. Talk about stunning books of the year. This is one of the most beautiful covers of this year. It's a boarding school fantasy, dark fantasy, which is great. Who doesn't love a like solid boarding school fucking fantasy? Love those. I'm not gonna lie, I love that trope. This follows 3 girls who are best friends, and they live in this like fight tooth and nail for survival boarding school, because a year prior to when this book starts, a like virus of sort is released in the island that their boarding school is located, and all of the animals and the girls begin to mutate. So they are very scarce on resources. They get like resources and funding from the government, and it's their journey into finding out what's actually happening at their school, and like them surviving it. And it's incredible. I mean, like, it's amazing, and it's an open ending, which I absolutely love. Holy shit, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I can't wait to read more from Rory Power. I believe I gave Wilder Girls like I gave this one a 3.5 4-star read. It was so good. Oh my god, you guys, Wilder Girls was amazing. Still doing good. Look at all these great books. Okay. Oh my god, this lighting. After and around Wilder Girls, oh, y'all already know. Y'all already know how I feel about Ninth House. This is Leigh Bardugo's first, I believe it's her first adult book. And I loved Ninth House so fucking much. Absolutely amazing. This was a 4-star read for me. Ninth House follows Alex, this really like angry, beautiful girl who gets accepted into Yale. She is forced to go to Yale. She was raised in a really tough environment, tough neighborhood. She is a sweet little hood rat. I absolutely love her. Honestly, one of my favorite characters of this year was probably Alex. But yeah, she has the ability to see ghosts. They call them grays in this book. And it's her story about her using that ability, or being sought out because she has that ability, and forced to go to Yale, which is kind of funny, to kind of become this like cult quality control at Yale, which is what I call her. I think that's really funny. She like keeps an eye on all the occultists at Yale, making sure that they're doing their job to, you know, keep the students safe. Alex is hilarious. She's very cynical. I love her voice in this. Like, absolutely loved this book. Yeah, I gave Ninth House a 4-star. Absolutely amazing. Loved it. One of my favorite reads of the year for sure. You guys. After Ninth House, we all know what happened to me in November. We all know what happened. We were all there. ACOTAR happened to me, guys. ACOTAR happened to me. This series ruined my life. Okay? It ruined my life. I read this series, I think in a week. I read this series in a week, y'all, in November. Oh. My bad. This series ruined my life, you guys. A Court of Thorns and Roses follows one of my favorite characters this whole year, Feyre. Feyre is the love of my life. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm just gonna tell you what happened. I'm just gonna tell you what it's about. That's it. I'm not getting emotional about it. Feyre lives in the lower half of a kingdom where only humans live. On the upper half is where fairies live. Fairies are feared for their power. They're feared because apparently there's legends that they eat people and that they're these like evil, dark, horrible things. And Feyre lives in the human half of the kingdom that's hungry and starving, and she's scraping by. And you meet her and are I immediately fell in love with her. Sarah J. Maas has the ability to just like ruin my life. Like, these characters are just so good, and when you finish these stories, your life is just not as good with them and without them there. Like, am I right or am I right? So yeah, you follow Feyre, and she is an incredible heroine. I mean, it's her journey. All these books are kind of like her journey, finding herself, working through her trauma, working through her depression, all involving beautiful fairy fucking gorgeousness. It's an incredible world. Oh my god, the magic system is so beautiful. The characters are beautiful. The story is enthralling. I love ACOTAR so much. I'm a big fan, guys. Big fan. Yeah, gave the entire series, I gave it like a fucking 4-star through the whole series. I know that's like kind of ridiculous. Yeah, this is one of the best first books in any series ever. I mean, does such a good job just like introducing you to all of the characters. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely amazing. Guys, if you haven't read ACOTAR yet, I think I'm like one of the last people on the planet not to read it. If you haven't read this series yet, please read it and then tell me what you think about it, because I need somebody to freak out with me about it, because I love it. It's still kind of fresh. It's still fresh. It's fresh. It's a fresh mood again. All right, we're here. We're at the final book. Oh my god, finally. Yeah, I had a pretty good fall season, you guys. Honestly, it's been amazing. Like, you know, book-wise, life, who cares about that? Anyways, the last series that I got into this fall was the Mistborn series. Oh my god, you guys. I love these books. Oh my god. Yeah. The Final Empire is just so incredible. This series is by Brandon Sanderson, and the hype is real. I mean, I've heard so much about this book. Everyone calls it like one of the best fantasy series to come out in the last like decade, and they're 100% right. This is one of my favorite new books. Yeah, it's amazing. It follows Vin, who is just this like, I have a thing for like angry girls. I wonder why. It follows Vin, this like beautiful, really angry, beautiful girl who, oh my god, this is a bad explanation of this. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at explaining things without getting excited about them. I'll read you the synopsis, because if not, I'm just gonna get too excited talking about my favorite characters, okay? The synopsis. For 1,000 years, the Scots slaved in misery and lived in fear. For 1,000 years, the Lord Ruler resigned. The Lord Ruler reigned with absolute power and ultimate terror, divinely invincible. Every attempted revolt has failed miserably. And that's how the book starts. So this series is like 1,000 years after the bad guy wins, which is what made me want to read it. I was like, what? It's such a good series, you guys. Some of my favorite characters to ever exist on paper, anywhere. Love them. Oh my god. Save me. Yeah, I just finished The Well of Ascension last week, or a couple days ago, and we'll talk about a great sequel. Oh, so good. Yeah, the Final Empire I gave a 5 out of 5 stars. This was one of the quickest, fucking thickest reads I've ever read. It's so fast, so delicious. Well of Ascension, I think I give it like a 4th star. It's just very detailed, very beautiful. I mean, the kingdom, the fantasy is just so beautiful. Yeah, highly suggested. I am literally so sad. I'm like putting it off. I want to finish this series by the end of this year. I know I'm gonna have to order that book soon. Like, but I'm scared because it's gonna be over. There's only one more. It's a trilogy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, guys. You'll be here for it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Mistborn series, one of the best reads of this year, for sure. This is so far one of my favorite series of this year. So yeah, that's it. That was my fall reads this year. You guys, how was that for the first wrap up? A little rough. I just get so excited talking about these books because they were so good. I had such a great reading fall season. Oh my god, I get emotional. No, I won't get emotional. Tough cookie. So yeah, I'm gonna clean all this up because I made a mess. Yeah, so thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. I'm super excited for this winter season. Hopefully that TBR is gonna be up soon. I have some very exciting reads for this winter. Good lord, y'all. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Little cuties. Yeah. So yeah, you wanna go? Get some coffee. You know what it is. Cause your girl's sleepy. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye.